take it. Got it! Boston wins!
Two legends in basketball analysis with over 70 years combined experience. This is the Bob Ryan and Jeff Goodman podcast.
NBA, some college, a little bit of everything.
You are listening to the Bob Ryan, Jeff Goodman, Tanguay Along for the Ride podcast, a proud member of the CLNS Media Network. The show is brought to you by PrizePicks, North America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Download today. And use code CLNS to get $50 when you play 5. PrizePicks. Run your game. Okay, guys, here we go. There is a list, a top 20 list we are going to dissect.
Bob loves lists, Gary. We know how much Bob loves lists.
He does love lists. He really does. He really does. Bob, how do you want to start here? Do you want to?
Well, I want a general overview. First of all, the list specifically excludes 3 injured players who may or may not play at all this year, or how much. And that, of course, is Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, and Tyrese Halliburton. So and understand that they're not included in this list. We all know they would be, certainly we know, on the list. Okay. My overview of this list is that generally speaking, when these things come out, I'm prepared to get very angry. And I can't get angry.
You need to get angry. Come on, it's a list. You have to get angry.
I know, but it's almost eminently sensible. The interesting thing about there were like 10 or 12 panelists, and
you have no issues, no major issues.
Well, I mean, major. Okay, do we start from the bottom or the top? Which way do you want to go?
Well, I mean, let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the ones that matter, right?
Well, 1 to 4, no rational human being can argue. I don't think. 1 is Jokic. Now you can argue the order here.
Yeah.
2 is SGA, 3 is Giannis, and 4 is Doncic. I mean, now 5 is interesting because it leads to another fun discussion, which I wanted to introduce, which is we have reached a state where we have to actually have a discussion about who is the best American in the league.
Right.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Now, we have a candidate in Boston, but he's not included on this list. The choice at number 5 is Anthony Edwards. So I'm going to throw it out there right now. What do you guys think of Anthony Edwards?
Love him, talent-wise. Love him. I just want to see, can he take a team to a championship like Michael did, right? Like these people, some, not many, are putting him in the same category as Michael Jordan in terms of probably some of the things he can do on the court at his size and his athletic ability, which I get. I mean, he's exciting to watch. I think he's got to mature, but he does. He plays hard on both ends. He's in the equation. But the difference, obviously, from Tatum, who's won one, that's the difference. Now, Tatum's not in the equation right now for this top 20. But, all right, Steph is 37. LeBron is 40. KD is getting old in the tooth. So, who's that next guy that's going to be in the young tier of Americans?
I'll tell you who it is.
Yeah, I know who you're going to say.
I know you're going to agree. Yeah. It's at number 12.
Yes.
Cade Cunningham.
That's the guy.
Right?
That's the guy. Yeah.
Yep.
They need to surround him with more, but the same can be said with Anthony Edwards, right? He has led him on a deep playoff run 2 years ago. Last year, they're pretty good. So I kind of give him credit. He's actually done a good job of getting him deeper in the playoffs than I thought they go this year.
Count me among those who dared speculate in print that he reminded you of some of the attributes of Michael Jordan. And it's not just the rather wonderful parallel of physical skill, size, and range of skill. It's the swagger. Yeah. He's got that extra something, baby.
Yeah, he does.
He's got that moxie. He's got that bleep you thing in him that not everybody has. Like our guy doesn't have it. That's not the way he plays.
So now, are you putting Cade Cunningham again above a healthy Tatum?
Am I? No, I'm just saying it on this list.
Okay.
because just so it's interesting.
So Tatum is out of the picture. I just want to make sure that our viewers understand.
Well,
Tatum is out of the
Can
picture.
Cade move into that category? That's going to be the big question, is can Cade this year move into that category? Because right now he's in the next tier. He's not in the Anthony Edwards tier yet.
Right.
He's not. Donovan Mitchell's not. And I don't know if Donovan Mitchell can. Anthony Davis isn't because he's always hurt. Like Kawhi, if he wasn't hurt, would be, honestly, today, he might be number 5 on the list. He might be number 4 on the list if he weren't hurt all the time. Because healthy Kawhi, you got to remember, healthy Kawhi was different because what he did was he was an elite defender. He had become a damn good offensive player. So, like, I would have put him ahead of Anthony Edwards today if he were healthy. And he won titles. Like,
yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the big but is that's the but. We know about that's the issue with Kawhi. So, okay, let's back up now.
Can I ask you guys one question? I'm going to digress for a minute. If Tatum is healthy, is he in the top 4?
No.
He's like 4 or 5. Yeah, he's right there. He's right
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 4 to 6. Yeah. He's 4 to 6. Like, I think that's where he belongs.
All right, that's fine. Okay, I've scratched the Celtic itch. Mr. Ryan, please continue.
Okay, speaking to what Jeff was alluding to a little earlier about the long in the tooth guys, here's 6, 7, 8, and 9. You ready? 6 is Curry. 7 is a youngster, but he ain't American, God knows, but it's Wembanyama. We don't know what his potential is. He could turn out to be the greatest thing of all. 8 is LeBron. 9 is Durant. We still can't argue. They still belong, I think, in the top 10. 10 is a guy you mentioned, Mitchell. Okay. 11 is a guy that, we all understand who he is, I think, and respect him. And that's Jaylen Brunson, who is making the most out of what he was given to work with his body. He has absolutely mastered this game, showing us how you can play at that size with his level of sheer athleticism, limitation, and still get the most out of a career. He's doing that, I think. Okay, so there you go up to 11. You mentioned AD. It's all about health. Kawhi is 14. 15 is a guy I like very much, and it's about where he ought to be, and that's the Booker. Booker's a great scorer. You can't deny him that. 16 is a favorite of both Jeff and me. Jeff, Paolo.
Love him.
We love Paolo.
Oh, yeah.
17 sneaked up on the world, I think, last year. Jalen Williams.
Yep. You sure
18.
Did.
I can read my own writing here.
Karl Anthony.
18 is Karl Anthony Towns. 19 is an interesting one, guys, because 19 in this vote had votes ranging from 5 to 38.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Who might that be? But we haven't mentioned.
Yeah, Joel Embiid.
Correct.
So I got an issue. Yeah, like 18, 19, to me, a little questionable. Cat at 18. Joel's never healthy, but I will play devil's advocate and say, like, who are you putting ahead of those guys at this point? Who do you want to, like, the one that I want to see get back in there? Do you remember 2.5 years ago, the discussion we were having about the best young player in the game? There was like you remember who it was?
John Morant.
Yes. Can he get back?
I've seen another list. His stature has gone down.
Yeah, of course.
It's because of the whole package, the personal package as well as the talent package. But people think less of him than they did 3 years ago. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if that's fair or not, but that's where it is. You're right. He's not on this list. And the last name at number 20, guys, is Jaylen Brown.
That's fair. I think that's a fair number for Jaylen. I've said that for a long time. I think Jaylen Brown is somewhere in that 20 to 27 range.
Now, we don't have time. Maybe we can do it next time. I just picked it up, and I haven't had a chance to really study it. Sports Illustrated's issue was out. It's NBA preview, and they've got a top 100. And Jalen's number 18. That I do know.
So here's my question for both of you. At what point next year, the year after that, the year after that, at what point does Cooper Flagg enter that top 20?
Might be next year. We'll see.
I think it'll be next year.
Yeah,
I do. I think it'll be 1 year.
I'm looking for, and please, I'm parsing my words carefully, a bird-like rookie year. That being, he will show you a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he'll do.
He's not going to score 25 a game.
No.
He's not. He's not going to average 15 rebounds a game. He's not going to average 12 or 10 or 12 assists a game, but he's going to put together games that will remind you of the young bird. That's what I'm saying. And he probably will start out as an inherently better individual defensive player than Larry was.
Way better.
Okay, he will. He's just going to help you win games.
All right, Larry Bird's rookie year, Gary. Do you want to guess what his numbers were? I'm looking at him right now.
I'm going to say 23 points a game, close. 4 assists, 8 rebounds.
Close. You're a little high on the points, 21.3. A little low on the rebounds, 10.4. 4.5 assists, a steal, basically a steal and a half. He shot 41 from 3 his rookie year. I think you're going to get Cooper being lower on the points. I think he's going to average 17. I think he's going to average 8 rebounds. I think he's going to average similar assists, 4.5 assists. And I think he's going to shoot 36% from 3.
Well, he's going to shoot a lot more from 3.
Well, they all do.
That's my point.
Yes, they all do.
They all do. All right. PrizePicks, as you probably know by now, if you listen to this podcast or watch us on YouTube, is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash, because you can run your game all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. They always put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When your picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. PrizePicks also offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. So who are you looking at? I mean, everybody is talking about Drake May, right? Drake May is the new it kid in the NFL, but he has not thrown for over 300 yards yet. So what do you think? Drake May, more or less than 300 yards coming up this weekend. Let's take a look at defense. Jordan Brooks, more or less than 6 tackles. He's averaging like 6.57 tackles a game. More or less this weekend tackling for Jordan Brooks, because as we all know, defense is just as important as the offense. So download the app today. Use code CLNS and get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Interesting stuff there, fellas. So while we see Embiid there, we are reminded that Philadelphia does have a basketball team. So, Mr. Ryan, since it is a city near and dear to your heart, do they have a chance to rebound? Well,
it's a health thing. If they, on paper, if Paul George can get back to, 80% of what he once was, and Embiid can play 60 to 65 games at least. Last year he played 19 games, so there's no hope. And they have, I'm paid up member of the Tyrese Maxey fan club.
Yeah, right. We know that.
Now here's the new X factor, and I haven't seen him. I know Jeff can have a valid opinion. I'm just on what I read. But this rookie VJ Edgecombe's got everybody's attention.
Well, he was supposed to be a stud last year. Remember, he was really good 2 summers ago for the Bahamian national team, or Olympic team, I think, even then. But he's not a big-time shooter, right? He's not a great shooter, but, man, he is big. He's a big wing who is a super athlete and will dunk on you, and he'll defend at a high level. So he's going to help them immediately. And again, if they're fully healthy, if Embiid can play, can Embiid play 55 games and be healthy for the playoffs? If he can, forget about Paul George. I hate to say it, I've kind of written him off. which is sad. But I didn't like the trade anyway. I said this last year when we were doing this before the season. Like, I did not like that trade anyway. I didn't think he had enough healthy years. And the problem with Paul George is, all right, he's older. You're bringing him to Philadelphia, and he's not going to be healthy. How the hell is this going to go? And he's not the mentally toughest dude in the world. We knew how this was going to play out.
Hey, guys, there's a topic we haven't hit. I just want to see what you think briefly. There was an interesting retirement lately because it was shocked. Nobody was ready for it.
Oh.
Malcolm Brogdon. And he had been imported by the Knicks. He was going to be the backup ball handler that was going to help this new transformation of offense in which they could get Brunson off the ball a little more, and at least when Brunson was out of the game, handle the ball, and the job was his, right? And he just quit. Do you have any idea what's that's all about, Jeff?
I mean, he's just a different guy, Bob.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it was just like Malcolm realizing he's never going to be the same player, and he's got other things in his life that he wants to do.
Yeah, he sure does. When he was here and when Brown was here, I said, we lead the league in future politicians.
Yeah.
I expect
Malcolm,
his life to be outside of basketball.
I mean, let's look at how much money Malcolm Brogdon made.
Oh, he's approached 100 million, no?
Last active looks like 133 million over 9 years.
I guess that approached 100 million.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't play at a high level at this point and you're used to it,
Brogdons.
I think at some point you're just like, you know what? I don't want to be just a piece trying to fight to make a team, and I'm not going to get on the court really. I'm going to sit there and watch and be an insurance policy for what?
Okay. Well, he should be remembered. He was a sixth man of the year. He was a defensive player. He helped the Celtics. I'll tell you, I discovered him, guys. I didn't know anything about his collegiate career or this, if he's a name. But then I had something to do with an outfit in Atlanta called Athletes for a Better World. And they honor each year a high school player and a college player who are high level players who also do stuff outside the athletic arena. And he was the college winner that year. And I learned that this kid at UVA was graduating from, which is a fine, outstanding academic institution, University of Virginia, with 2 degrees. And I heard him speak, and I thought, uh-oh, we got something special here. And that's the guy he is. He's not just a jock. He's a lot more.
Yep.
Well, good for him. And he accomplished a lot in 9 seasons. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Feel organized and confident in your finances with Monarch. An all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. And right now, just for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year with code HOOPS at monarch.com. Okay, now this is what happens when you use Monarch. Like, I can ID some insufficient investment allocations. In other words, it can help me get my financial act together. Plus, I do remember a time my wife had a 401k from a job a long time ago that we totally forgot about. Monarch can help you find those little forgotten funds and make you realize how much they're worth. And basically, when you use Monarch, you can take your financial picture and you can put it all together. And, for someone like me, that's less stress. So, I can maximize my investments. You can look at savings rates. It's easy to review your financial picture. Just go on, you can take a look, boom, right there through Monarch. And it's a great way to just keep everything organized. So you're busy, right? I mean, I'm busy. Everybody's busy. You get stuff going on. So they do all your heavy lifting, linking your accounts in minutes. You get clear data visuals, smart categorization of your spending. Like I told you, it shows you where your money's going. So you can get control of it, right? Because you don't really know. Like sometimes you look at your account and you go, where did it all go? I mean, I do that every week, every day. Where did all my money go today? So Monarch can help you keep track of it. And you never have to touch a spreadsheet again. That's good. I do spreadsheets. Boo. It was named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code HOOPS at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code. Oops. How do we feel, gentlemen, with the preseason now pretty much in the past? How do we feel, Jeff, about the Celtics?
I mean, the same way we felt for the last, I don't know, 5 months, right?
Exactly. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's
changed.
I'm curious, though.
Me
I am
too.
very curious to see, can they win games in a lackluster East, right? Can they somehow surprise some people? And I think it will be a testament to Joe Mazzulla's coaching ability if they do, right? Can they overachieve this year and, let's say, get that 4 seed? Like, if they're a 4 seed and they host a first-round playoff series, that'd be a hell of a year for
Be a
the
great
Celtics.
year.
Oh my God,
That'd be a great year.
Yes.
that's way above what I expect or think.
But
win.
again, you say that, and then you look at the East, and you're just like, okay, I get it, but like, who are you terrified of? Again, let's go through it. Let's go through it one more time. Okay, are you terrified of Atlanta? No, I'm gonna go alphabetically.
But they're better on paper.
Fine, they're better, but like, you can beat Atlanta. Atlanta, when's the last time they've won anything? They have no culture. They have no culture. The Bulls stink. Yes, Cleveland is clearly better. There's one you're clearly better. Detroit, they're not clearly better. They're on the rise. They're not clearly better. The Pacers are probably worse. The Heat aren't clearly better, correct? We can agree on that?
Right.
No, but the Magic are, I think.
I'm going in order here.
Right.
I'll get there. The Bucks, are they clearly better?
No.
Brooklyn, they're worse.
Well,
The Knicks are clearly better. Cleveland and the Knicks so far. The Magic, fine, I'll give you. They're clearly better. The Sixers, you want to go clearly?
No.
Not clearly.
Washington, they stink. Toronto stinks. Charlotte might have talent, but they stink. So you're at 3. You're at 3 teams that we've agreed are clearly better. There's nothing that says that the Boston Celtics, if they're healthy, can't finish 4th.
What about the Freak, though? If the Freak is healthy, Milwaukee's not better than Boston?
I mean, maybe. Like, what does Milwaukee have that's scary? Like,
Well,
who's their
no, I
number
mean, they
2
just
guy?
have one. They just have one player who's better than anybody else on the Celtics. That's all.
Sure, but if you're playing Kyle, you rely on Bobby Portis and Kyle Kuzma and Miles Turner. They're better. Yes, I would say if I'm a betting man, they have a little more depth, I guess, and they've got the best player.
But your point is well taken. Is that the Celtics can still have a respectable, entertaining season?
They can finish 4th, and it shouldn't surprise anybody if they're healthy. They got to be healthy.
Yeah.
That's the key. If they are healthier than these other teams in the same mix, there's no reason they couldn't be 4th. Now, again, there's no reason they couldn't be 10th. Like, it's that wide.
That is. Well, you used the word that I've been using all around, and that is curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm neither pessimistic nor optimistic. I'm curious. Yeah. And I think the numerical spread is 37-45, somewhere in there. I don't know where, but somewhere in there, 37-45. And if all breaks well, maybe, all right. But I'm curious. Now, I'm very curious about what impact, if any, a couple of young players might make. Let's start with Ugo, who's suddenly Mr. Gonzalez. They're talking him up. He plays hard on defense. He's got a little something. And then Minot, who Brad himself told me, keep your eye on, about him. And the rest we know. Cato, we got to see how he develops. We know all that. But those are 2 guys, they could be interesting. We don't know. There's not many open questions. The only certainty, what's the only certainty is Derrick White will show up and play great. I don't know. But
and Joe Mazzulla is going to yell at a member of the media because now they're a 2-on-1 team. And
also Brown, there's a lot of pressure on Brown. We're looking for Brown to transform himself. I won't say
well, to me, Bob, everything Bob is saying is true, and I'm a little tongue in cheek on Mazzulla, but you guys can tell me because you're better tacticians than I am. With a team like this, and Bob, I'll start with you. How many wins can a coach get for you?
Well,
take a look at Spoelstra. We looked at Spoelstra. Here's my example. We looked at Spoelstra, as a guy that was simply there to roll out the balls for LeBron and for Wade. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, the guy is coaching up his guys. Spoelstra's got guys in the playoffs. They're making a run, and you're like, how the hell is he doing it?
I lived through the ultimate guy who could make chicken salad out of chicken excrement, and that was Hubie Brown, in my opinion. Now, I'm biased about Hubie, I admit. But a coach can have a significant difference. I can't put a numerical number on it, obviously, but I can say that it does make a difference. The type of coach you have at any given time for the type of players that you have. Not every coach can handle every kind of situation. Some guys are made better. You know, Hubie was better with that kind of team than he was with a team that had a chance to win. Although he did win in the ABA. I won't. With Artis Gilmore and Dan Issel. Yeah, he won with them, and Louis Dampier, etc. Anyway, it can. You mentioned Spoelstra. He seems to be the gold standard, you know, right now, and I agree with that. But you know, there's a real.
Well, that's for me. That's the thing that's going to be interesting. That, like Jeff, and I'll ask you to comment on the coaching thing too. Aside from Mazzulla's immature antics, fine, whatever, you know, I think that that's a fascinating storyline. Because it is an opportunity for Joe.
Oh, yeah.
To show his worth. I mean, to show some stuff. Like, I mean, Bob just mentioned it. You know, Bob just said 37 to 45 wins. So take the Hubie Brown example. So if Joe Mazzulla becomes a Hubie Brown type or proves that he can coach up a team, well, that could be the difference between 37 wins and 43, which at the end of the day may keep you from 4th or 5th place.
It also will give Joe Mazzulla a lot more credibility, right? If he can overachieve this year, you know, sometimes it's good to have low he's been on the other side of it, right? He's had super high expectations the first 2 years and, you know, did what he was supposed to do 2 years ago, didn't do as well last year. Well, now everybody's counting him out for the most part. And that's where, again, if you can come in and get that 4th seed, everybody's going to be like, wow, this dude can coach.
Well, yeah. And, you know, whether it's the 3-point shot or the 2-on-1 or whatever your philosophy is, you know, quite frankly, I find that boring. What I will find very interesting is if Joe says, and the great coaches do this. I mean, Belichick, I hate to go to Belichick. I mean, Arbach, whatever. What do I need to do to win this game? You know, like this is not a 3-point game. This is a dogfight, full court press, use the shot clock. I got to win the game. Yeah. Go to the next series or go to the next game. Tonight, we got to run them into the ground. You know, to me, that's what good coaches do. So let's see if he can do it. That's the fascinating thing about this season. Because if you sit there and you go and you look at the roster, I mean, Bob, the roster, it is what it is.
Right.
But, I mean, if Joe can come in and we all know effort's a funny thing. And sometimes if he can get these guys to rally around him, it could be a wonderful story. And we all know Boston loves a scrappy team that is an underdog.
And Derrick White is the epitome of that.
And Derrick White is the epitome of that. And I hope we have it. Yeah. I hope we have it because it'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know, because if everybody sits there and goes, oh, well, we don't have Tatum. Well, we don't have Tatum. Well, you know what? You're right. We don't have Tatum. You know, but maybe if
the other part of this is right, like what I've talked about. Either you can scrap, try to overachieve, be a team that gets 4th, 5th in the East, or you can underachieve even per whatever, and then it's everybody.
It's Tankapalooza, right?
Correct.
And I get
20
that.
games in.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to January, maybe you think about that. But you know, in the interim, you know, let's go into New York. Let's go into Madison Square Garden as an underdog.
Sure.
You know, let's go into OKC as an underdog.
We are doing that.
Yeah, and let's like all of a sudden cause some people some headaches. That's what I hope to see.
All
right. Stand by because Bob and I will be back later this week with another great edition of The Mind of Bob Ryan on basketball. Jeff Goodman, Bob Ryan, thank you very much, gentlemen. We are brought to you by PrizePicks on the CLNS Media Network. North America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, Prize Picks. Download the game today. Use code CLNS to get $50 when you play 5. Prize Picks, run your game.